Here, here, he pilates. Here, here, here.
Good.
Going on 4.5 years.
Okay, and you're a brown belt?
Yes, I'm a brown belt.
And have you been in any competitions?
Yes, I've competed in 2 world competitions.
2 world competitions?
Yep. I'm a bronze medalist as a purple belt.
Okay.
And what were those 2 competitions?
World champions, Mundials, no-gi and normal gi.
No-gi, see, I'm all no-gi.
Yep.
Cool.
You said both?
Yep.
Okay.
What was your favorite?
Was my favorite? Gi. Gi's my favorite.
Gi?
Gi's my favorite.
See, I don't know very much gi. I gotta learn. I got a lot of catch up on gi.
Well, gi helps you results into more in the aspect of when you go with no-gi, less handles.
Less handles.
So it's easier to flow. Compared to no-gi, you can get stuck, so you get more technical when you go. And then when you go no-gi, it's so much easier. You're just able to flow a lot more. That's the biggest thing about that.
So that helps you with your...
Oh yeah, it definitely helps with the no-gi.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to. That's what everybody keeps telling me too. I really gotta start learning some gi stuff. I know like four moves and that's it. You know? And then one Curtis just taught me. I'm gonna go home and practice.
Did you get that on
Yeah, of course I got. Yeah, he just showed me like 7 techniques, 6 techniques.
Okay, and the one of the things that you've learned as far as like what, because it was almost too many when I asked them, you know, like a motto that you've learned, you know, that to live by, you know, something to walk out of these doors with that Curtis has given you. And he said there were so many of them that.
Yeah,
but what sticks with you?
There's so many of those. My biggest thing is being a humble person. Being humble, because no matter what, you don't know who you're dealing with out on the streets or whatever. Just acknowledging that, hey, everybody's got their own strengths and weaknesses. Not to mention just being an all-around good person. That's what the whole point is with Jiu Jitsu. It's a family environment. Become a nice family environment, brotherhood. Everybody loves. We come here to develop lifelong friendships. Really good things about that.
Okay. And let's see. That's it then.
Okay, then let's run them through.
Okay.
We're okay now. We're going to start the actual interview.
Okay.
Okay, that's just our base information.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just run them through the check sheet, just like we did Curtis, except for that we'll shorten it a little bit. Now they're busy. I'm going to just go ahead and do this.
Okay. Why? Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I just turned
Why
it.
did you start studying Jiu Jitsu? What got you into the sport?
Well, what got me into it is because I'm also in the military, so it was all more of the self-defense aspect.
Okay.
And that was one of the things, and not to mention the camaraderie around friends and everything like that. But it was mainly self-defense where I got into Jiu-Jitsu for.
Okay.
And what do you do for the military, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a recruiter for the Army National Guard.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I was a stand-up fighter. That's my main preference. And then Thai boxing. Then I came into Jiu-Jitsu, and that's where I developed the whole game.
Okay. And you've been doing Jiu Jitsu for
About 4.5 years.
4.5 years?
Yes.
And who introduced you to Jiu Jitsu?
Well, Curtis has been my main instructor ever since I came to Colorado. I did learn some ground fighting back in the day when I was at Fort Campbell with he was a judo guy. He showed me some stuff, but then I didn't train with that, and then I came out here to Colorado. That's when I picked it up with Curtis and at another gym we was at, but Curtis has always been my main instructor.
Okay. And what's probably your best memory of training?
My best memory of training? I don't know, there's a lot of them. The biggest thing is just come in here, have a good time, you roll. Even though if you may tap or whatever, no matter what, you just leave it on the mat and then you just say, hey, let's have some more fun, let's go do it again. That's the biggest thing.
So the experience itself is where you get your pleasure from.
Pretty much.
And along the same lines, do you have a funny moment that's happened out there on the mat?
Funny moments happen all the time. You know, sometimes when your pants come down on accident. It's like, but yeah, there's been quite a few things where then you just forget some move or whatever you forgot. Did I just forget how to do a simple arm bar for some reason? Those are funny moments a lot of times.
Okay. And now you've competed in some world competitions?
Yep, competed in 2010 World Jiu Jitsu Championships and the 2010 No-Gi World Championships.
Okay. And you favor the gi?
I favor the gi. Yes, I favor the gi.
And what's something that's really stuck with you as far as what Curtis tells you in instruction, and not just in jiu-jitsu, but in life?
Well, the biggest thing is being a humble person, and then also developing lifelong friendships that we have here at the gym. We want a family environment, and then if you want to do other things, by all means, if you want to compete, you want to go into MMA, whatever, the whole point is no matter what, we're all part of the family right here, and being humble.
Excellent. And is there anything that you'd like to say, or just some words, and anyone you'd like to thank?
Oh, definitely would like to thank Curtis, being my primary instructor, and everybody else that's helped me along the way. Nate Marquardt, when I was over there with Curtis and him, and then also Steve Fordinsky. But my biggest thing is Megaton and Helson Gracie, but Curtis is the main one. He's helped me through a lot of stuff in my life, and like I said, it's a family. And that's what you will have here when you're at this gym. It's a family.
And do you have any advice for trainers?
For trainers, basically just keep at it. No matter what, you're going to have days where you feel like you don't know anything. Then you're going to have days where you feel, oh, I'm on top of the world. But no matter what, you're always at the bottom. There's one more step that you got to continue on to, because you're never going to learn everything. Jiu-Jitsu is a lifelong learning event, no matter what.
It's a process, not
it's
a
product. Process, exactly.
I got a question for you. What during your training and during different experiences that you have, what individual qualities on the inside, the internal aspects of your personality, your emotional core, things like that, or the way it guides your life and has different types of applications in jobs or family and stuff, what type of qualities did Jiu-Jitsu teach you? How did it help you be a better man, not just a better fighter?
Patience. Patience is number one. Patience is not, because in life and then within the process with the moves and stuff, you're going to have patience, because you're not going to be able to get it right when you want to. So it's going to take time. It's going to take repetition. If you don't have that patience, just like in life when you go for a job, when am I going to get that job? When am I going to be able to get that extra raise? It takes time, patience. As long as you put in the work, it'll happen eventually.
And you just mentioned putting in work. What do you think is a good training methodology that someone could use to build a natural attribute, for example, for a competition? And what I mean by that is a lot of people spend a lot of time rolling, a lot of time doing drills. Is there any type of exercise or any type of fitness-oriented thing that you have done that's helped you that is not average? For example, a lot of jiu-jitsu guys don't run. You'd be surprised. Things like that. Is there anything that helped you, or any advice you can give a fighter or a trainer or a new student to boost his fitness level to help him in jiu-jitsu?
In all honesty, a lot of people have that. There is a misconception like, oh, I don't run because I'm jiu-jitsu. This is an anaerobic sport, so you got to make sure that you understand that this is quick, explosive movements, just like in wrestling and stuff like that. But no matter what, if you just do any type of physical training, it's going to help you no matter what. That's the bottom line. Everybody sits there, oh, you shouldn't run. No, you need to run. It's going to help you with your endurance no matter what. But you got to understand there's a specific type of adaptation that needs to happen out on the mat. That's where that explosiveness, so Olympic lifts, CrossFit, anything that's high explosive, anaerobic type of sprints, that's what you should be working on. But don't discount the other type, the aerobic also, because you need the aerobic also, because overall it's going to help you develop a wider base compared to you just get, oh, I can only do a quick sprint. Because that happens a lot of guys with wrestlers who just come in here, they do this, but they tire themselves out. Because they don't understand, they gotta have the patience and long-term endurance. That's what you gotta focus on.
Right.
What was your best opponent? Do you remember his name?
My best opponent?
Your best opponent you ever fought?
Well, I'd have to say that was Curtis. Curtis and Steve, but I'd say the last when I was at the World Gi Championships, when my bronze medal match, when I made a simple mistake, that's the biggest thing. I can't remember his name, but he was a Brazilian kid. But if it wasn't for that, I'd get him next year.
And what about your successes? What's like one of your favorite jiu-jitsu techniques, for example?
My favorite jiu-jitsu techniques is Bravo choke and also simple Kamura. I prefer the basics. That's in reality, because basics are always going to win. There's a lot of things people will start doing, spider guard and everything like that. That's all fine, yes, but I prefer basics. Basic jiu-jitsu is what's going to win most of the time. Even you see in black belt matches and everything like that, you don't see too many fancy moves. It's the basic pass, a sweep, takedown. That's what wins the matches, and that's the biggest thing what I focus on.
What about your personal evolution? Where do you see the evolution of jiu-jitsu going in the next 10 years per se?
Next 10 years, definitely. Well, obviously, it's expanding a lot with the explosion of MMA also, and then so it's incorporating more of the jiu-jitsu aspect. Well, jiu-jitsu is one that pretty much was the forefront for the MMA for us. So it's just going to get bigger and bigger. The biggest thing I see, more kids are already getting involved, and then it's going to develop more fighters, young kids, and just like I said, it's going to explode even more. I see hopefully we're looking at where it's going to be an Olympic event. That's what I'm looking for.
Right.
And that's what I think is eventually it's going to take time, but it should get there.
Is there any last words or anything that anyone else that you'd like to thank, or any particular field that you'd like to cover yourself? No? Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure. It was a really good interview, man, and being yourself and keeping us lighthearted, but also serious and educative. So it was, right? I appreciate that.